Yes, guys, welcome back to more GBFC. Arsenal 0, PSG 1 in the Champions League semi-final first leg. A coming-of-age performance for Paris Saint-Germain, a team that have never before won the Champions League. Arsenal, I thought they were going to beat PSG at the Emirates. The stage was set. It was a beautiful, warm evening in North London, but it was the Parisians that were not only making some incredible noise in that away end, but they come away with a 1-0 win, courtesy of this man on your screen, Usman Dembélé, with a 4th-minute goal that shell-shocked Arsenal, really. And the reason I say it's a coming-of-age PSG performance in this one is not just because they've been renowned as serial bottlers in this competition over the years. To go 1-0 up in the 4th minute, I would actually argue that maybe it's the worst time that you could go and score, particularly against an Arsenal team that had Real Madrid come to the Emirates, and Arsenal blew them away. Arsenal also went to the Bernabeu and blew Real Madrid away in the second leg, an attacking performance, but the fact it's a coming-of-age performance is because this PSG team, they found a way to dig deep. So often we've seen either capitulations, the way that we did all those years ago where Barcelona completed that famous comeback. It's either capitulations or the concentration lapses, and we're left saying, is there really enough guile in a PSG team? Is there enough leadership in this PSG team? And if we take a look at the ratings last night, I think that is criminal, by the way. Vitinha getting a 6.6. We'll talk about him, but a captain's performance from Marquinhos with an 8 out of 10. 5 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 total tackles, won 60% of his ground duels, and again, accurate passes, including the almost assist at the very end of the game. But we'll talk about that later, because Arsenal, if you're an Arsenal fan watching this video, you've still got a big chance here. And there are 2 reasons why. We'll get into those a little bit later on. But the game started very much in PSG's favour. That early goal was absolutely magnificent. I think huge credit needs to be given to Kvaratskhelia early on in the game. He gets the ball, he takes one touch, and it isn't hold it and see if the fullback Jurrien Timber comes close to him. It is no. I'm going to run at you, and then I'm going to look up and spot the pass. Usman Dembélé is in there, and he hits it first time, and there was only really one place, considering how many players were there in front of him. There was only one space he could have hit it. And this man right now is in such hot form. He's one of the best players in Europe this season. Hits the post, goes into the back of the net. And Arsenal, I think, were pretty shell-shocked from that point. PSG then continued to dominate throughout the first half of that first half. Little spells towards the end of that half for Arsenal. Big chance for Gabriel Martinelli, who I said in the build-up was going to be a big player for Arsenal. But all in all, he gets a 6.1 rating, forcing a great save out of Gianluigi Donnarumma. But he needed to give more. And I think this game for me was all about the big players in the big moments. And I think for Arsenal, there's got to be a conversation had about their captain, Martin Odegaard, because comparatively to Marquinhos, who I thought was magnificent, Martin Odegaard just kind of disappeared in this game. Declan Rice was running the show in the middle for Arsenal. I'm not going to sit here and say Arsenal should make Rice the captain and Odegaard shouldn't be the captain. Not my club, not my place to say it. But Declan Rice is putting in captain performances game after game, and Odegaard just kind of ghosted in that midfield. Vitinha gets a 6.6. I think that is actually so unfair. I think he officially got the man of the match as well. I thought he was excellent. In terms of Arsenal, credit needs to be given to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Again, a really good performance from him. Getting forward as well, trying to make things happen. 7 out of 9 ground duels won and 100% accurate passes, drawing 5 fouls out of PSG players as well. But it was that one goal from Usman Dembélé that is the difference here for PSG. They started with Desiree Doué, Dembélé and Kvaratskhelia, exactly what we thought it was going to be in the preview, or what SofaScore thought it was going to be. Bradley Barcola also came on in the second half, and he could have sealed this game for PSG. The saving grace here for Arsenal, we'll get into the actual reasons for it in a moment. The saving grace is it's only 1-0. To go away to Paris is going to be incredibly difficult, but realistically, PSG, I think they just completely outplayed Arsenal here. It was such a professional display, both defensively and in transition, and this little spell of play here towards the end. Arsenal can consider themselves very lucky that they didn't concede more goals. I also want to give a huge shout out to Achraf Hakimi, because for me, obviously I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm a huge Reece James revisionist, I love those days when Reece James used to just bomb forward. Hakimi's he's got all of it, and he's got the fitness, and he doesn't get injured. He's unbelievable. Nuno Mendes as well, who I actually said in the Real Madrid video recently, is a target for Real Madrid. Everybody in this PSG team just put in an absolutely solid display. Gianluigi Donnarumma, again, time after time in the Champions League this season. Goals prevented, 1.23. That's amazing. 5 saves over the course of the 90 minutes. If your goalkeeper keeps clean sheets in semi-finals, away at an Arsenal team that have been rampant in this competition, he deserves so much credit. But I want to focus now on the 2 reasons why, if you're an Arsenal fan watching this video, I believe you have still got a big chance here to qualify. Because this moment from Declan Rice, you can see in the second half, Declan Rice gets the ball, and a couple of seconds later, he's ran through the entire Paris Saint-Germain midfield, slots it in to Leandro Trossard, and it is one of those magnificent saves from Gianluigi Donnarumma. What Arsenal need to do more of is get Declan Rice on the ball, and Declan Rice needs to light that fire in his belly and drive with it. Because there were too many times where the ball would be with Marino, Odegaard, and it wouldn't be clinical enough in the right positions. But Declan Rice has been that player in the competition this season to make something happen. And that moment creates one of the best chances of the night for Arsenal. So it shows that despite just how solid these players are, João Neves, unbelievable, 88% accurate passing, 3 out of 3 long balls, wins 70% of his ground duels. He's such a tenacious, brilliant midfielder. Fabian Ruiz, I thought too, put in a really solid shift for PSG. And Vitinha as well. I thought Vitinha was absolutely brilliant. I don't know why he's only got a 6.6 here. Arsenal need to get the ball to Rice and drive with it more. They also need to get this man, Bukayo Saka, involved a lot more, because there were brilliant moments from Saka where he was taking on players. There was a battle against Kvaratskhelia, which he got the better of him, but they need to get Saka on the ball more. A lot needs to be said about Odegaard's role in all of this, because I thought Marino moving back into midfield actually played very well. But all in all, they need to get Rice and Saka more on the ball. The second reason why it is not over for Arsenal is because of this miss from Bradley Barcola. This was just a sure sign of how brilliant PSG are, because not only am I saying that Arsenal can play through PSG at moments because they've got that player with the physicality and the drive in Declan Rice, PSG can also do it as well. And they did it on countless occasions in this game. And the Barcola effort was just silky, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain football. And then this miss from Gonçalo Ramos, it's all about Marquinhos here. He looks up and it is a phenomenal pass. Ramos's control was impeccable. And then the shot, he kind of toe pokes it, looking to hit it above David Raya because of the agility, I guess, of Raya. He didn't want to go low either side of him because he backed Raya to get it. So he went for the toe poke, hits the crossbar, and it could have been, if either one of those 2 chances go in for PSG, I think it is game over. If Arsenal lose this home leg 2-0, 3-0, no chance. I'd give them absolutely no chance. But the fact it's only 1, I genuinely believe Arsenal have a chance here in the Parc des Princes. If we take a look at the overall game, 48% possession for Arsenal, PSG with the most of the ball. XG-wise, expected goals, Arsenal with more. They had 3 big chances to PSG's 2. The one thing I'll say about PSG is when they do have this kind of dominance in games, I think they need to be a lot more clinical. It isn't a perfect PSG performance, but comparatively to what we've seen in this competition from them over the years, where they get to this kind of stage and then they drop off a little bit, or they don't have that experience, this team absolutely has something special. They've got an in-form striker who's not even a striker in Usman Dembélé. It's fascinating, isn't it? 2 teams, arguably 2 of the best in Europe this season, both of them not with a recognised striker in the team. I wonder if Arsenal would have actually had a proper striker up front and not Trossard. I thought Trossard was okay, but imagine if they did have a proper striker. Would that make a difference? Would Arsenal have won this game? Potentially. I don't know. They don't have one, so we can't talk about it, can we? But 1-0 to PSG in this first leg is a brilliant result for Paris Saint-Germain. I think Luis Enrique will be absolutely delighted with this. The fact that his team showed the steel and the togetherness. And again, if you look at the average positions of this Paris Saint-Germain team, they're just so organised. Defensively, this is something we've not seen from them too much. Quite often, Nuno Mendes is getting forward a lot. Obviously, William Pacho was dropping in as well. Marquinhos was just so dominant on that right side. Hakimi always looking to get forward, hugging that width as he often does. Desiree Doué looking to cause Arsenal problems through that middle, and João Neves just covering so much ground. Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz, those guys between the 3 of them, it's such a great midfield. But I think Arsenal can play through it. They should look to do that a little bit more and get Saka on the ball. Like, make sure that pass, when it goes into the final third, I think Saka has got to occupy more central positions, make those off-the-ball runs into those central areas, because otherwise he's having to go, and quite often at times, because of that work rate of Kvaratskhelia, he's got to beat Kvaratskhelia, who is also defending brilliantly, and then he's also got to beat Nuno Mendes, who's just an absolute monster of a player at left back. So it's possible for Arsenal. Do I think they're going to do it? I think realistically, I got it wrong in my prediction. I thought they'd win this game and then it would be a mission in Paris. I still think it's a big mission in Paris. It's an even bigger one now because they didn't even score a goal at home in the first leg. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe to more GBFC if you haven't already, by the way. I think it's only 8% of people that watch these videos are subscribed. So love to have more of you on board so you don't miss any videos. This officially completes every day in April. I've uploaded at least one long form video on this channel. So really appreciating the support. I am not going anywhere. There's only more content coming your way. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.